a learned priest, full of pride, searched for Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He boasted of his wisdom, sure of his place in heaven. The priest flaunted his knowledge of holy books to anyone who would listen. He constantly emphasized how clever he was, never missing an opportunity. Guru Nanak, with gentle patience, listened to the priest's self-aggrandizement. The priest spoke for a long time, detailing his many accomplishments. He described his mastery of scriptures and complex theological arguments. Guru Nanak remained silent, his eyes filled with understanding and compassion. The priest paused, expecting praise and admiration for his great intellect. Instead of reprimanding him, Guru Nanak posed a thought-provoking question. He used the analogy of a water droplet to illustrate his point. Guru Nanak asked about a droplet joining the vast ocean. Could the droplet ever become the ocean if it remained separate? What if the droplet continued to identify solely as, "I am just a drop"? The priest frowned, confused by the unexpected question. He had expected a debate, not a philosophical riddle. Guru Nanak's eyes twinkled with gentle amusement. The simple query aimed to challenge the priest's inflated ego. It was designed to open his mind to a deeper understanding. The priest puffed out his chest, ready to answer any question. He was confident in his abilities to solve any intellectual puzzle. He began to formulate a complex response, drawing on his vast knowledge. But something stopped him, a nagging feeling of unease. He realized that the question was not as simple as it seemed. The priest looked at Guru Nanak, searching for an answer in his eyes. Guru Nanak's gaze was calm and unwavering, filled with wisdom. The priest felt a sudden wave of humility wash over him. His confidence began to crumble, replaced by a sense of uncertainty. He realized that his knowledge was not as complete as he thought. The priest stammered, unable to find the right words. He felt like a student again, facing a wise and patient teacher. Guru Nanak smiled gently, waiting for the priest to respond. The silence stretched on, heavy with unspoken thoughts and feelings. The priest felt the weight of his pride pressing down on him. He began to question his own motives and beliefs. Was he truly seeking enlightenment or just validation? The priest closed his eyes, trying to find the answer within himself. He took a deep breath and opened his eyes, ready to speak. But Guru Nanak raised his hand, signaling him to remain silent. Guru Nanak said, "The answer lies not in words, but in understanding. The droplet must lose itself to become the ocean." The priest looked confused, not understanding the analogy. Guru Nanak continued, "So must you lose your ego. Only then can you truly connect with the divine." The priest's eyes widened, finally understanding the meaning. His pride began to melt away, replaced by humility and gratitude. He realized that true wisdom lies not in knowledge, but in surrender. The priest bowed his head in respect, acknowledging Guru Nanak's wisdom. He was ready to learn, to listen, and to grow. Guru Nanak smiled, knowing that the priest was finally on the right path. The journey to enlightenment had just begun for the priest. He felt a sense of peace he had never experienced before. The priest was ready to let go of his ego and embrace humility. He understood the importance of surrendering to the divine will. Guru Nanak's simple question had changed his life forever. The priest was grateful for the Guru's guidance and wisdom. He knew that he had a long way to go, but he was ready. The priest looked forward to the journey ahead with anticipation. He was determined to become a better person, a more enlightened soul. The priest thanked Guru Nanak for opening his eyes to the truth. The priest stood silent, Guru Nanak's question echoing in his mind. His confident facade crumbled, replaced by a flicker of uncertainty. He looked down, his fingers fidgeting with his prayer beads. Guru Nanak watched him patiently, his eyes filled with compassion. The priest finally spoke, his voice barely a whisper. I don't know. Guru Nanak smiled gently. The answer lies within humility. He gestured towards the flowing river nearby. Consider a vessel filled with water. If it remains closed, it holds only its own small portion. But if it opens, it merges with the vastness of the river. Similarly, a heart filled with pride remains isolated. It cannot receive the divine grace that flows freely. Constant self-assertion leaves no room for God. The priest looked up, his eyes widening slightly. Guru Nanak continued, just as the droplet must relinquish its form to become one with the ocean, so must you shed your pride. Only then can you truly connect with the divine. He paused, allowing his words to sink in. True wisdom lies not in boasting of knowledge, but in recognizing the insignificance of the self. The priest closed his eyes, contemplating Guru Nanak's words. He pictured himself as the arrogant man he had been. He saw the emptiness behind his boasts and claims. A wave of shame washed over him. He opened his eyes, a newfound humility in his gaze. I have been a fool, he admitted softly. Blinded by my own ego, I could not see the truth. Guru Nanak nodded. The first step is always awareness. Now, strive to empty your heart of pride. Fill it instead with love and devotion. The priest bowed his head in reverence. I will, he vowed, his voice filled with sincerity. I will strive to become a better man. Guru Nanak placed a hand on his shoulder. The path is long, but the reward is immeasurable. The priest looked up at Guru Nanak, gratitude in his eyes. He felt a sense of peace he had never known before. He understood that true enlightenment came from within, not from the accumulation of knowledge or the flaunting of intellect. He resolved to dedicate his life to serving others, to spreading the message of humility and love. He spent the rest of the day in quiet contemplation. listening to Guru Nanak's teachings, learning about the importance of selfless service. As the sun began to set, he felt transformed. His heart was lighter, his mind clearer. He thanked Guru Nanak for his wisdom and guidance, and promised to carry his message far and wide. Guru Nanak smiled, knowing that the priest's journey had just begun. He watched as the priest walked away, a changed man. The river flowed on, a symbol of eternal truth. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with vibrant colors. Guru Nanak continued his journey, spreading his message of love. His words echoed through the land, inspiring countless souls. The importance of humility resonated deeply. His teachings spread like ripples in a pond. The world needed his wisdom and kindness. He continued to travel, teaching and guiding, leaving a legacy of compassion and understanding. His message of humility would live on forever.